Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another stream. It's been a while. Taken a nice break from streaming and YouTube generally with the Euros and everything being on, but I had a bit of spare time. I've been playing the Euros fantasy a bit more than I expected to, so I thought I would jump on. I think I'm playing my wildcard for Gameweek for Matchday 3, so I just talk a little bit about my team for that week and everything like that. But yeah, let me know how you guys are getting on, how you're enjoying the Euros and all of that. I'm doing quite well. I got 77 in Matchday 1, which I was very pleased with. I am on 55 for Matchday 2, with a few left to play in Kane, Captain, Hernandez, and then Ferran Torres, Jordi Alba, and Kylian Mbappe, all to come off my bench for left this week. So Perisic got his goal today, which is good. Happy with that. Dumfries did really well. The Russia goalkeeper, although he conceded, saved a penalty. And then Yarmolenko in there as well, doing very well. The Italy clean sheet, everyone sort of owns them. So nothing too major there. Is there a benefit to holding a wildcard for the quarterfinals? If I think most of my players will play, even with possible rotation. If you think all your players are going to play, then potentially there's a reason for holding it. If I look at my team, I think there's a lot of rotation risk in here. And there's some difficult fixtures. I would have 2 free transfers, but I would look at it and think Depay's a rotation risk, Carrasco's a rotation risk, Insigne's a rotation risk, Berardi's a rotation risk now because they've won their group. Mount is as well, Lukaku. Then in the defence, Ristovski I don't really want. Bonucci should play. Wijndal you'd probably expect to play now, but then we've got Mendes on the bench who doesn't play for Portugal. Pau Torres, again, rotation risk for Spain, and then Cristiano Ronaldo against France. Now, I expect Ronaldo will play that. It'll be probably still they'll have something to play for, but I don't expect that much out of him in that game. So, didn't like that, did it? No, let's zoom back out. So I think I will see more benefit playing it this week than I will playing it in the quarterfinals of the tournament, personally. So yeah, I don't know what you guys are planning on doing for the final match day, but yeah, I will be playing my wildcard. I played my Limitless this week. Limitless, if you still have, is 100% worth playing. I wouldn't hold your Limitless. But if the team that I'm looking at, so I've just posted a thread on it. So because it's wildcard, I am restricted to budget. So in goal, I've got Safonov and Donnarumma. So Russia at home to Denmark, and Italy at home to Wales. So yeah, Russia, as it says there, Russia kept clean sheet. Denmark haven't looked that great, and Donnarumma, Wales in about 90% sure of qualification now. Again, haven't got that much to play for in this game. And then we've got double Germany defence. So I've gone with Gosens and Hummels. Hummels has good sort of threat from corners, and Gosens is great playing up the left wing. And it's worth remembering that Germany will have to win this game. They'll need points out of this game, even if they beat Portugal. They'll likely need points out of match day 3. So just move my chair a little bit. So you've got that, and then I've got Mailer because I don't think both teams to score in the Russia-Denmark game is going to happen. So I reckon a good chance of a clean sheet from at least one of those two. And then to finish the defence, we've got Pau Torres, Spain. I don't think there's less rotation risk in the Spanish defence from the centre-backs. And then I've gone with Meunier because Castagna is injured. I think Meunier is most likely to start. Let me zoom in a bit on this for you all. Cool. And then in midfield, I've gone double Belgium with Kevin De Bruyne and Eden Hazard. And then Chiesa as well in there alongside Perisic and Shaqiri. So I've gone De Bruyne and Hazard because I think they'll need minutes. And I've gone with Chiesa because I think he'll play. And they'll rest at least one of Insigne and Berardi. And then I've gone with Perisic and Shaqiri. It's still an important game for Croatia, especially as they're not winning yet. They will need points in that game. And I've gone with Shaqiri again. It will be a big game for Switzerland. They'll still need points to sort of guarantee qualification. And then the three up front, I've gone with Moreno. I think there's a good chance he starts for Spain. Muller in there as well. And Isak up front. So this is how it lines up at the moment, is my current thinking on Matchday 3 Wildcard. Yeah, that's the current thinking. Evening Penguin, how are we doing? Thank you very much. Hope you're well. I know I've watched, haven't commented always while I've been watching your streams, but I have been watching. So thank you. So yeah, that's how my wildcard team for Matchday 3 lines up. It's a combination of players that I think are going to start with players from teams that still have a lot to play for. So Muller, Germany will still need to win. That's why I've got triple Germany, double in defence and one outfield, and then double Belgium because I think triple Belgium because I think those three will play, and then others that I think have still got something to play for. The Spain duo is one that's slightly more unsure. Up front, Gerard Moreno. Oh, the England team is out. So we have Pickford, Shaw, Mings, Stones, Reece James, Mount, Rice, Phillips, Sterling, Kane, Foden. Interesting that we have gone as we had with Foden and Sterling still on the wings, which is a bit of a surprise for me. I thought either Grealish would play or Rashford would come in. I thought one of them. I think they played well. I don't think they've had any reason to be dropped, but I just thought that's the way it would roll. But but interesting. English. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me just hide that a sec. There we go. So, England and Scotland teams. Scotland team, Che Adams starts this time. The rest is pretty self-explanatory from both teams. Right, Shaw comes in. Reece James comes in. Very pleased to see Reece playing. Billy Gilmore starts for Scotland. Happy to see that. Very happy for Billy to be starting. So yeah, pretty pleased with, I suppose, those two teams as expected. I'm happy to see Billy Gilmore getting a start, and that's a good England team. I'd like to see Chilwell in over Shaw. As a Chelsea fan, I think Chilwell's been so good and I think he deserves it, but hopefully he gets a match in the final day of the season. So he went for Modric. I think Modric, I was watching it before I came on, and he's picking the passes out quite a lot. He's very involved. So I don't necessarily think he's a bad pick at all. Is that game wrapped up yet, or is there still 10 minutes to go? Cool. So yeah, this is how I'm currently thinking of lining up for Matchday 3 on my wild card. We can have a look at drafting it. I wish there was is there a reset? Oh, it puts them all back in. I thought it would remove them all. But yeah, let me go on here and have a look at the matches for Matchday 3. So Italy, Wales, I'm not overly fussed about. I think Italy, you can get a couple of Italy players in there, as I've got Chiesa, Donnarumma. Donnarumma I expect to play, and then did I have Bonucci in as well? No. and then Chiesa, and then Switzerland, Turkey as well in there. I've gone with Shaqiri because they've got to win this game. Turkey haven't looked nearly at it. I haven't got anyone else. Don't love either team there. Then on Monday night, it's not that much to choose between them. I've got with Wijndal from Netherlands, and then I've got triple Belgium, and then I've got one from Denmark and Russia. I would have liked that. Well, that Denmark-Russia game is early enough that I've got a double up, but the only thing is I can sub the Denmark player out, for example, for some of these players. Like I've got Spain on my bench and I'll have triple Germany, so that's absolutely fine. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's lined up. It fits pretty much in budget, I think. Don't know if you guys would make any changes. I know there's not. I appreciate anyone who is dropping in. I want to have a look at, for anyone who hasn't seen on Twitter, I've been trying to deal with after evening big hitters, how are we doing? Sorry, I'm just trying to have a look at what the quality of the stream is like. Oh, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Did everyone pick Perisic? You're now sad about... Let me get SofaScore up and we can have a look at the match while we're going. But yes, I did pick Perisic. You got Kane captain and Pickford. I've got Kane captain. How long in that? 85 minutes. Yeah, I've got Kane captain. But just Kane captain. Why Grealish benched? Well, I'd like to see Grealish get more minutes, but I can't say that Foden or Sterling, either of them should not keep their place from the weekend. So, yeah, apparently Grealish has a knock, but he's on the bench, I think. So, so yeah, I don't quite know about that, to be honest. Not 100% sure about why he's not starting, but I don't see any reason that he should necessarily come into that starting lineup. I don't know if I can do this. A little bit of fantasy Premier League while we're at it. How did you guys thoughts on the fixtures? We can sort this. Sort by column L. Some interesting fixture runs to start the season. Definitely Everton's fixture run is very good, along with Liverpool's. So I don't know what they'll price Calvert-Lewin at, probably 8.5. He'll probably be one in contention. Liverpool was happy. Well, you have Liverpool double or triple up in there, definitely. Watford for a budget pick is very nice for the first 6 in there. The first 3 are a bit harder, but then it gets quite nice. And then Brighton are very good. So I think there'll be a lot of eyes on Sanchez and what price he comes in at in goal. Aston Villa have a very nice first 3. Leicester's are pretty good. Wolves start hard and then are easy. But yeah, I don't know what my overall rank is now. I was 15 before this game. But given that I'm on 55 and still have quite a lot to play, I imagine that will be going up again. So quite pleased with that. The knockout stages always boost your rank. I haven't really played a knockout tournament fantasy ever. So yeah, I am looking forward to seeing how it goes. I am indeed. So yeah, Perisic, it's not ended, has it? Still 1-1 with a minute or so to go. Let's just see how this plays out. Yeah. So, other than Group A teams and Germany, who would you put in my Limitless? So, Jacob, this is what I'm looking at. Germany, I like Chiesa a lot. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't start. Eden Hazard, De Bruyne are both in there. I've gone with Munir because I think he'll start because Castagna is injured. Some of the others Limitless Matchday 3. If you've still got Limitless, it's not worth holding it for the knockouts. It will actually be, I think, a negative if you hold your Limitless and play it in the knockouts, because you need every week you get 4 or so transfers, and then it goes up to basically sell players that then get knocked out. And if you use Limitless, you're basically getting rid of 4 free transfers, which is just not a good way to do it. So if you've got your Limitless and Wildcard, or Limitless at all, play it in Matchday 3. I would definitely be playing it. I'd line up something that looks like this. This is on my Twitter if you want to go and have a look at it. So yeah, I would line up something a little bit like this, but exactly what it is. If you're on Limitless, I'd probably end up upgrading Pau Torres. I'd probably end up upgrading my second keeper. I'd probably upgrade Moreno to someone that I know was more set to start. But the rest of it in there, did I have Bale and Yarmolenko? So let's leave that there. I had Yarmolenko only, and in my fan teams, I have Bale in them all. My fan teams have not done particularly well this week. Oh, I got a... Hang on. This team has come out of nowhere to be my highest ranked team. It was one of my late entries. Who did I have from it? It had Dumfries in, Yarmolenko in it. I had Olsen as well, but got Ferran Torres, captain, and Mbappe to come. In this, how are my other teams doing? Thorsten Poulsen from Denmark, potentially a differential, but I think there's other options that I prefer over him. Is this my one that captain's already played? So this has got Kane, it's got Jordi Alba, it's got Fernandes, but captain was on Lukaku, unfortunately. Wow, that team has come out of nowhere. That's really interesting. This one, Kane, Ronaldo, Torres. Not much left on the bench there. This one, this has got much left. It's got Laporte, Kane, and Ronaldo. And then some of these are not doing well at all. This one is 18,000. It's still got captain Mbappe. It's got Kane. It's got Pickford, and it's got Hernandez. Still 1-1 in that game. And then my bottom ranked team has still got Captain Mbappe, Ferran Torres, Gnabry, Hernandez and Simon all still to play. So hoping for big things from Mbappe basically. Oh, Perisic. Oh, he lost his... He was on 7, wasn't he? Yeah, well, I've got Captain Kane, and if Captain Kane doesn't, I've got Mbappe on the bench. So I'm happy with that. Hi, Slivo. How are we doing? Nice to see you join. Hope you're having a nice summer off from FPL. I don't know if you're playing Euro Fantasy, but why is Perisic now only on 5? Surely it should be on 7. Anyway. Don't quite know what's happened there, but full time in that game. Still live in that game. Sorry, full time. Oh, Perisic has gone back up again. Hazard, Witzel. Yeah, I agree. So that's why they're all in. Well, Witzel isn't, but the other two are in my Limitless draft at the moment. So, yeah, full time there. How does that leave the group? Croatia on 1 point. Ooh, and they play Scotland. That's quite interesting. Who are my must-pick players for Limitless? I wouldn't go without Hazard and De Bruyne now that we know they start. I would triple up on Germany. I really think Chiesa is a good pick. I want to put Perisic in there now that they have to win that last game against Scotland. But, yeah. I like this team quite a lot. I don't think I'll sway from it very much. Isaac is due a goal. He's just quite expensive at 8 for how much he is returning. But that's how I'm currently set up. Sorry, wrong one. So this is how I'm currently going to line up. But I'm going to go and have some dinner before the England game. So I will love you and leave you all. I hope you are all ready for fantasy content to start. It will be back up on the channel. If there is anyone new watching, please subscribe. You'll get a little on-stream notification that will look something a little bit like this. If you do subscribe, I have moved it a little bit after a few mentions last time out, but hopefully you guys are looking forward to Fantasy Premier League coming back. There'll be plenty to come, streams, videos, the lot from when it starts. So yeah, good luck in Matchday 3. If you've got any questions or anything like that, drop me a message on. I've somehow ended up in the top 500 of what? Fantasy Premier League or Euro Fantasy. Either way, it's a great rank to have. Really well done. But I'm just about to head off. But I was saying there'll be Fantasy Premier League content starting, and I cannot wait for the season to kickstart and for everyone to be coming back and joining in, and let's have a chat about it. I'm looking forward to it a lot. But yeah, enjoy the match tonight. Anyone watching, have a nice weekend, and I will see you at some point next week.